As you just heard, the Google phone is real. It's actually called the Nexus 1, and it's currently being used by Google employees, and it's being called an iPhone beautified on steroids. Something of that nature. The Loop is going to take a more sober look. Joining me from New York to help us make sense of it all, editor-in-chief for Engadget.com, which was actually just named Blog of the Decade by the readers of Adweek. Congratulations to Joshua Topolsky and your entire site. Congrats, Josh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Now, we've been hearing rumors about, this Google phone. We heard that they might release their own phone for ages over the weekend. Those rumors seem to become reality, right? I mean, how did everyone... they ended up calling this thing the Nexus 1. How did this get out into the wild?
So apparently Google gave a bunch of its staff these devices on December 10th or around there to start playing around with. They call it eating their own dog food. They're saying they're dog fooding this phone to their staff. So Googlers started getting the devices. They started tweeting about it and talking about it, posting pictures, and next thing you know, it's on Engadget.
Sure. And what has Google said or not said about releasing this phone to the public? Is there any knowledge? Everybody seems to be saying, we're going to hear about it at CES, and it's coming out late January. Is there any truth to that?
Right now, Google has, all they've said is, we've given this device to our staffers to test. And beyond that, we don't know anything. There have been rumors, there have been, people saying this is going to come out in January, it's going to be released to the public. But Google hasn't said anything. They basically just gave it to their staff. They said they gave it to their staff, and we're waiting to hear more. Sure.
Well, and some of the photos that have been released show T-Mobile as the carrier in the corner of the screen. Does that mean it's going to be a T-Mobile specific phone? Are there any rumors flying around which carrier this might be available on?
Yeah, well, we originally heard that it was going to be 3G unlocked to AT&T and T-Mobile, which means you can put either SIM in and it'll work on their 3G network. But we saw an FCC filing that says pretty much just T-Mobile bans on 3G. So right now it's up in the air. I mean, again, there's not a ton of info. We're sort of scraping it together from various sources. But it doesn't look like AT&T 3G is in the mix at this point.
Well, let's talk about the specs that have been scraped together, so to speak. We know the thing has a camera on it, right? Can we deduce anything else other than that?
Yeah, it's a 5-megapixel camera. It looks like it has a flash. And it's got a Snapdragon CPU, which is a 1 gigahertz Qualcomm processor. So super fast. It's one of these next-gen mobile processors like the Tegra. So very snappy. And the screen is 3.7-inch AM OLED display. So really nice display. Probably the same resolution as the Droid, which is 800 by 480, I believe.
Still a better resolution than the iPhone, for those who are wondering. Better looking screen, better looking camera, theoretically.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, Joshua, I read on some blog that there was 2 microphones in this thing, one for the end user and another to listen to room noise and sort of cancel it. Has that been shown in any of the photos?
Yeah, I mean, we can't really confirm that, but the story is that there's a second microphone that's job is to pick up room noise or pick up background noise and somehow cancel it out.
Right.
I assume like noise-canceling headphones. So we don't really know yet because we haven't gotten our hands on the phone or used the phone to make a call or anything. So
let's make something up. Let's have an exclusive right now. Forget the hardware. Let's talk about the actual cost of a device like this. We know it's got an OLED screen, potentially 5-megapixel camera, maybe 2 microphones in it. And if they're releasing it unlocked, that means it might not be carrier subsidized. So is there any projection as to how much we might be plunking down for a Nexus 1?
Well, I mean, if you look at Nokia phones, they release phones here in the U.S., unsubsidized, unlocked, and they're about $600. I mean, they can, they're in $500 to $700 phones. So I wouldn't expect anything different for this if it was unsubsidized, though there are rumors that it could be subsidized with ad sales or something like that. So we may see a cheaper phone, but right now, if I was a betting man, I'd say if there is an unsubsidized version, it's going to be at least $500.
Right. And, Google has done so much for pretty much any business they get into, their name is known for, whether it's email or, of course, search or ads. Obviously, the Droid is now occupies mindshare of many people thanks to Verizon's relentless ad campaign for their phone. But this could be a game changer. We were talking before this segment began for the actual cell phone carrier industry and the way consumers look at purchasing a phone and being tied to a carrier, right?
Yeah, I mean, in America, everybody's used to, you go buy a phone, you get locked into a 2-year contract, and that's just the norm. But if they sell this unsubsidized and it's attractive in any way, people are going to start thinking, hey, I can buy a phone, I can put whatever SIM I want in it, get whatever plan I want, I don't have to be locked into a single carrier for this huge stretch of time. So, you know, people say it could be a game changer. Where it will really be a game changer is to get people thinking about the possibilities of not being locked down to AT&T or Verizon for, you know, 24 months.
Right, to open their eyes and realize just how screwed American customers get when it comes to cell carriers.
Yeah, exactly.
We're out of time, Joshua, but I just want to know, like, in your heart of hearts, like, what does your gut tell you? Are you excited for this thing? Are you psyched for it, or are you just wait and seeing right now?
Well, I think the device looks really good, but we don't know what Google's plan is for this thing. It could be a developer phone. It could be, I mean, it could turn into anything at this point. You know, we've heard rumors that it's going to be sold in this unsubsidized fashion, but those aren't confirmed by Google, so right now it's just speculation. I think it's an exciting device. It's interesting, but I think the hype factor is probably a little overboard right now.
Damn it, my stock just dipped. All right, thanks to Engadget's Joshua Topolsky for keeping us in the loop. No, I think you're absolutely right. That's the way to look at it right now.